Welcome back to part 3 of the Ventolin inhaler modelling exercise. So right about now I'm pretty much ready. Well, actually I've got this part modelled here, this kind of main structure. I've got the mouthpiece part there done. Now basically what I want to do here is just kind of move the mouthpiece so it's sort of angled down, as you can see in the image. And I'm also going to cut away the top of the inhaler up here. You can see there's a cut there. And there's also an angular cut down the bottom. So that's actually what we need to do in this quick lesson. So let's jump into Rhino. So what I've done, just to quickly show you, I've actually, there's my original, as you can see. So it was at 90 degrees to the body. And what I'm doing in this tutorial here is I'm actually rotating the mouthpiece, if you like. So it's kind of like that. All right, I'm going to actually get rid of that. Alright, so what you really want to be doing here, and I'm doing this in my right viewport, I'm just grabbing this part here and I'm just typing in rotate to bring up the rotate command, and then I'm simply just grabbing somewhere wherever I snap. Yeah, there's a snap, and I'm just pulling out with the shift key a straight line and just angling this down slightly. Now, yeah, I could go in and actually take a protractor to it or something like that and find out the angle, but I'm just eyeballing this. So I'm going to go with about that there, and then I'll go back in and just have a brief little look at what that kind of looks like. Yeah, kind of. I'm quite happy with that. Now, what I'm not happy with there, as you can see, there's a little bit protruding out here. So essentially what I need to do is to actually push this body back into this body a little further. So in my right viewport, I'm going to do that. I'm just going to hold my shift key down, and I'm just going to push that back in. So yeah, it should be kind of there and there. That looks okay. Let's have a look in the perspective. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I can live with that. All right. So the next thing that I really want to do is to perform that bottom cut. Again, I'll just show you this in the image. So you can see there's like an angular cut here. So it kind of needs to follow, it needs to be basically parallel to the object that we've just pushed in there. So jump back into Rhino. And what I'm simply going to do here, I might actually just switch layers for a moment to red, just to make up an object. So I'm just going to go with a polyline tool, and I'm kind of just bringing something that's roughly parallel that object. Yeah, something like that. Just nudging that up a little way. So you can see the angle that I'm kind of trying to get parallel is this along here and here. And that looks to be okay. So I'm just going to make that into a surface. Surface, planar curves. Delete my original curve, so I'm left with a surface. Let's go into our perspective viewport. You can see there the shape, and basically what we're going to do with that is we're going to extrude that surface straight. We're actually going to extrude that both sides here, so I'm just going to tick both sides just so that it's going to absolutely, no doubt, cut through that object. Don't need that original surface, so I can get rid of that. Okay, so what I can do here now, I can actually perform that Boolean difference. And a Boolean difference is basically a command where you're telling one solid object to subtract from another solid object. So I'm going to go up here, Boolean difference, select both of these together, they're the ones that I'm keeping, enter, and then I'm going to select this one to subtract. And there we have it. In fact, I didn't need to select that because it wasn't really intersecting with the main body, but that's what we've got. Alright, next thing. Now I want to basically put a cut sort of going across here. And again, we'll have a look at our reference image, and we can see there's that angular cut. It's a little bit more severe than the angular cut that we did down here, but just taking a measurement, it's basically about 70 millimeters up. I think that was right. Let me just check. Yeah, it's about 70. All right, back into Rhino. So I'm still on my red pen here. Just going down the bottom here for a moment. I'm just going to type 70 just to give me an idea. Okay, so you can kind of see the puffer is basically, or the inhaler is going to be cut off at about that height going across there. And that's why I made this longer than it needed to be in the first instance. Alright, so let's draw another shape. And I'm going to draw something that kind of looks like, just kind of looking at my reference here. Yeah, I can kind of live with that. Something like that. And I might just pull this down. You can see there. Whoop. Select that one. I'm just pulling that down a little bit. Alright, I don't need that reference, so I can get rid of that. And what I should be doing with this is, you've guessed it, make it into a surface. Surface planar curves. Done. So we can kind of see what we've got there in the perspective viewport. Same as before as what we did with the bottom piece. So I'm now simply going to extrude that surface, solid extrude surface straight. And again, we're pulling it out both sides and pulling it out further than it needs to be. Delete the original. And then it should simply be a case of doing a Boolean difference. So I'm keeping this and I'm subtracting that. There we have it. It's looking more and more like a puffer. Alright, so that's basically what you need to do. In fact, there is one more thing. Actually, let's take this object and let's union it to this object here. So essentially, we're fusing all of those two bodies together. So I've got them selected and I'm simply going to click on Boolean Union. And that should now all be one body. So in the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to have a little look at how we can maybe put a little cut in here, which might, if we go back to, do I have an image of that? Let's see. Yeah, there's like a little cutout at the bottom, an ergonomic sort of thumb cutout. We could do that if we wanted to. So let's jump back in. Yeah, so I could make a cutout there. And of course, I've got to hollow this out. So that'll all be in the next video. All right, have a go at that.